Well, hello everybody. I'd like to welcome you to our YouTube channel, FJ40 365. And today I've got my co-host, and this is Isabella, another FJ family. So today I'm really excited to do a unboxing for you, because at the end of the day I'm going to be filling this hole with my new worn VR10 winch. So that's a 10,000 pound winch. But before we get there, wow, say hello to everybody, Isabella. Hi, hi. Before we get there, we gotta put a plate across the front end so we can mount that winch. Okay, so what I've done here is you can't just go out and buy any universal plate here. I've tried a couple and I had to send it back, so it's a pain in the ass. So it's best just to order the right part. What? What's so funny? Alright, so I've ordered this part from CCOT, which is cruisercorpoftexas.com. Here is my invoice and the part number. Okay, so just go to the website, and the part number is, I don't know if you can see this here. I'll just read it to you. It's 60368 with the Haas Fairlead adapter. So there are two models they make. You can get one with the Haas Fairlead or the roller Fairlead, if that makes sense to you. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so what I found out is, like I was saying earlier, I've tried buying over the counter, going to my local mechanic shop to buy this plate, and none of them really lined up. You can go buy whatever and drill holes. That's all good and whatever, but this one is made specifically for my 74 FJ40. Now this will work with basically with any pre-80 FJ40 models. So this is the box that comes into your door, and it's a pretty heavy box, so before you go down and grab it, make sure you bend down to your knees. Okay, this weighs about 25 pounds. I've already opened this because I wanted to make sure that it's going to fit on here, and it does. Make sure the whole pattern matches up. So in the box you will get a couple things. Bubble wrap, which I've already torn apart, but here is the bracket. Whoa, whoa, it's heavy. So with my winch, it holds the normal Fairlead here. Now the other model you can order has the roller Fairlead, which is just a little bit wider. The hole's a little bit wider as well, this gap, and also there's a couple more screw holes. In addition to that, I believe the actual overall width here is about 1.5 inches wider as well. So yeah, here you go. So this has a standard universal winch bolt hole pattern. So it'll fit, I know it'll fit this for sure, most of the big name winches. And on the FJ, it has two holes in the back and one hole in the front, and they're a little different diameter holes here. So I don't know if you can see that, because the bolt that goes through here and here are two different sizes. So these holes are exact to manufacture, and this should fit on my bumper no problem. Okay, so let's take a look here what it looks like just roughly set on top of the FJ. Okay, you want to help me, Isabella? Alright, so yeah, that looks good. Let me take this off the tripod and you tell me if it looks good. Yeah, pretty good, right? Okay, so one thing with this here is that I have a power steering pump, which is right here, and that little nipple is sticking a little bit higher than the bumper. So to make this sit down flush to the bumper, I'm going to need to drill a hole right here where that nipple sticks out. Oh, I know what you want. Okay. This is my secret trick right here. Gerber treats. Here you go. There. See how that works? Now we got a happy camper. Okay. So as I was saying here, to get this rack mounted onto my bumper, I will need to drill a hole right here where the nipple sticks out from the power steering, and it's going to fit right in here. So let's take a closer look at the hole pattern. So you can see there are 2 holes there and 1 there, 3 total, and it lines up perfectly. Look at that, perfectly. Okay, so let me grab these hooks that was on there earlier. So these little hooks here came with the FJ. So let me see if I can do this with one hand. So eventually I will fit right in here, and it'll look just like that. Pretty good, right? Okay. So let's see what else came with the package here. Just back on the tripod. Wee. Do another one. Here you go. Good job. Okay. Back to the unboxing here. And what's nice about this particular package here, it comes with all the necessary hardware. Amazing. And looks like these are, my old ones are getting worn out, maybe a little greasy and rusty, I don't know. But it looks like it has these 4 10x9 bolts with some heavy duty washers. And are these nylon lock nuts? No. In fact, I may just use the stock, use the original bolt that came with my FJ. I think it's a little bit heavier duty than this. Let me double check here. Yeah. So this looks like just little stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers. Smaller one here for the front. So, okay. So I got all of this again on Cruiser Corp of Texas, so CCOT.com. You can go out there and they got all the FJ things that you will ever need, almost everything. And the total price with shipping is $111.72. So there you go. And here's the part number. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed my review, and come back later as I will mount this onto my FJ40. Thanks for watching. Okay, so welcome back. So I've completed my little fabrication here where I explained earlier my power steering nipple there, I don't know what that is. There's a little bolt that was sticking up that kept my bracket from sitting flush. So I went ahead and drilled a hole there, and then I sprayed a little bit of my favorite Rust-Oleum primer paint, and now it fits beautifully. And one thing I've done also, I didn't show on the video, was just taking the bumper off, and the bumper is pretty self-explanatory, I think. Any of you can figure that out. So one thing I noticed though is that when I looked at the bolts, the hardware that came with my bracket here, it doesn't quite, it's not going to work for this application. So let me show you why. So here's the difference here. If I use the bolt that came with, there would be a lot of play when I mount this thing. Between the play and the nut, that's about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch. Well, this is like 1.5 inches. Way too long. So when I thread this thing down, I'm still going to have a lot of play above the thread here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the stock bolts and go from there. All right, so here we go. Okay, so Let's see. Okay, let's start with that here. One thing you'll notice here is you want to start from the back forward because, well, if you look down in there, there's not a whole lot of room to get your finger and a nut on that thread. So this could take a little while. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. But basically, you have 3 on this side, 3 bolts on this side. Tighten it down. I do have some Loctites that I'm going to use on these bolts so they don't rattle apart. So I think that's always a good piece of advice. Get some blue Loctite. Looks like this. And you can pick this up at any Napa hardware or any hardware store that carries auto parts. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and then I'll come back to you once this is all bolted down. So I just completed the installation of my winch plate, and take a look and let me know what you think. Yeah, so this was very simple. It took me roughly half an hour. And earlier I said, hey, you may not want to use the provided bolts or hardware. Turns out you do need to use those. So all in all, this is very straightforward. I ended up taking the bumper off here, held by I think 8 bolts. Very straightforward. As you can see, this was purchased from CCOT, and this is made for the FJ40 because all the holes are pre-drilled to the bumper spec or the frame spec. You don't need to do any customization. So let's take a closer look and tell me what you guys think. All right. Yeah, it looks good, right? Yeah, I think it looks amazing. There we go. Alright, so next thing I'm going to be doing is installing the winch on here later tonight. So I hope you guys will tune in and watch that video. In the meantime, I just want to say thank you for watching my video on how to install the CCOT winch plate, and subscribe to my channel to get all the latest updates. Again, thanks for watching.